Today we have a 9-minute AMRAP, as many reps as possible, of 5 inchworm to push-ups, 20 air squats, and 5 burpees. And here we go. Walking your hands out into a push-up, then walking your hands back and standing up all the way nice and tall. You're going to repeat that 5 times. If a full push-up is too much, go ahead and drop to your knees as you walk your hands out. Just go to your knees and then do the push-up kneeling, and then return back to your feet as per usual. Again, 5 of these inchworms. If you can, put your hands in the same spots each time. That'll get you a nice consistent pattern. Once you finish those 5, you're going to switch to 20 air squats or body weight squats. With these squats, you're going to stand about hip width apart. Send your hips back in space and then descend until your hips go parallel or just below your knees. Keeping your chest upright and then standing back up all the way. Again, repeating that 20 times. You can do whatever you want with your hands. You can have them out in front. You can cross them over your shoulders. Once you finish those 20, you're on to 5 burpees. A burpee is just going down to the ground and then standing up. And for this version, we're going to do a little jump and a clap at the top of it to make sure we stand up all the way and get good extension at the top. Just 5 of these, and try to have a nice, consistent pattern. You're going to drop back, drop your legs and chest down to the floor, stand up all the way, and clap at the top. Once you're done with those 5, we are going to start back over with the 5 inchworms to push up. As you're doing these, you're walking your hands out. They're going to stay about shoulder width apart. You're going to get into that push-up, and you're going to walk them back about shoulder width apart as well, all the while keeping your core and your butt tight. Trying to keep your shoulders down and back. Maintaining that good tension throughout your body. That's going to allow you to stay in a nice plank or push-up position. Once you finish those 5, we are back to 20 air squats. Again, you can do whatever you want with your arms. You can cross them over. You can have them out in front. You can alternate between. Or if you have another version that you would like to do, that's fine as well. Just making sure we're getting our hips to knee or below height. Weight on our heels, keeping our chest up as best we can. Finding a good pace with those. "20 reps. Once those are completed, we're back to 5 burpees. Again, this is hands on the ground, shooting our legs back, dropping our legs and chest to the floor, and then reversing that to stand back up. So on that reverse, you're pulling your feet back up as close as you can to your hands, keeping that good width with your feet, and then standing up and clapping overhead. Once you're done with those 5, we are back to our inchworms to push up. Each time, making sure you're standing up nice and tall to begin with and to end each rep. Keeping your core muscles engaged. Keeping those shoulders down and back. Hands about shoulder or hip width apart. Keeping your butt and core engaged the whole time. So you have a nice, good spinal position. And once you're done with those 5, back to air squats. Looking straight ahead is helpful. And is using your arms for counterbalance. That's also a good tool. Making sure your weight's staying on your heels, your toes are staying down. Knees are staying away from each other You can even send them out to the outside a little bit. And once you're done with those 20, we are back to the ground for 5 burpees. Make sure you're breathing throughout this process. If you need to take a breath at the bottom once you hit the ground, that's a good spot. And then you're popping back up, standing up nice and tall with a clap at the top, returning to the ground. These movements don't have to be fast, just think about moving efficiently. Once we finish those 5, we're back to our 5 inchworms to a push-up. Shoulders down and back, core and butt engaged. Drop your knees to the floor and do a kneeling push-up if you need to. Otherwise, try to challenge yourself and stay into that full toe push-up position. These will definitely get harder as you go. Each time, make sure you stand up all the way. And once you're done with those 5, we are back to the air squats. Weight on our heels, butt tight, quads tight, standing up all the way in between each rep. Keep your core engaged. Making sure you're breathing. You can use your arms for counterbalance if that's helpful. Once those 20 are completed, we are back to the burpees. Those burpees, hands shoulder width apart, popping your feet and hips back, and then standing up with that clap overhead, thinking about nice efficient movements, no wasted energy. Once those 5 are done, we are back to our air squats. Weight on your heels, chest up, making sure to stand all the way up between each rep. You can squeeze your butt and squeeze your quads to get a little extra out of each one. Use those hands and arms for counterbalance. All the way to 20 reps. And then we're back to the inchworm to push-up. Walking those hands out consistently in the same places if you can. Going into that push-up and then walking them back in those same spots. I'm very sweaty in this, and you can see the handprints that I'm making on the floor. Trying to hit that same spot each time. Make nice, efficient movements and standing up all the way. And then returning, getting that push-up in between each time. And then we are back to the air squats. We're getting close to the end here. Try to keep moving. Keep a good pace. Weight on your heels, chest up. And you're done. Nice work.